What's going on, Steelers Nation? Before we jump into today's exclusive update, let's set the tone. This Pittsburgh Steelers team is constantly looking for ways to improve. No matter the injuries, no matter the noise outside the building, this organization is always focused on sharpening the details, fixing weaknesses, and putting itself in position to win meaningful football games late in the season. If you appreciate honest, in-depth Steelers coverage like this, go ahead and smash that like button right now. It helps the channel a ton and tells me you want more content like this. Now, let's talk about a massive Week 16 storyline that could shape the rest of the Steelers season. Steelers Nation, if you want the official Steelers store, the link is in the description and the comment. Tons of new sideline gear and hoodies available. The Pittsburgh Steelers are preparing for a tough road test against the Detroit Lions at Ford Field, and early signs suggest they may be heading into one of their biggest games of the year without several key contributors. According to the team's first injury report of the week, 4 important players did not participate in practice: edge rushers T.J. Watt and Nick Herbig, cornerback James Pierre, and left guard Isaac Seumalo. That list alone is enough to make any Steelers fan nervous, especially considering what's at stake in the AFC North right now. Each of these injuries brings its own set of concerns, and together they represent a real challenge for a team trying to maintain momentum after back-to-back wins. Let's start with the biggest name on that list, T.J. Watt. Watt missed the Week 15 win over the Miami Dolphins after being hospitalized with a partially collapsed lung that required surgery. The injury reportedly stemmed from a dry needling treatment at the Steelers facility, a frightening and unexpected situation for the face of the franchise. While Watt is now out of the hospital, the timeline for his return remains unclear. The Steelers are understandably being extremely cautious. This isn't a pulled muscle or a minor sprain. It's a lung injury, and there's simply no room for risk. J.J. Watt offered some insight into his brother's mindset during an appearance on the Pat McAfee show, explaining that T.J. is taking things day by day and focusing on the proper steps to get healthy. That comment alone suggests patience will be the priority. Even though there's optimism that Watt will return before the season ends, a Week 16 comeback against Detroit feels unlikely. The Steelers don't need him rushed, they need him right. As if losing Watt wasn't enough, Nick Herbig's availability is also in question after he suffered a hamstring injury against Miami. Herbig logged just 27 snaps in Week 15 and recorded a single pressure. That's not entirely surprising. He's still a young player adjusting to a bigger role, and hamstring injuries can be tricky. It's also worth remembering that Herbig missed the season opener with a similar issue. If both Watt and Herbig are sidelined, the Steelers will lean heavily on Alex Highsmith and rookie Jack Sawyer to generate pressure. Highsmith has been steady, but asking this group to disrupt a physical Detroit offense without Watt is a tall task. On the offensive side, Isaac Seumalo's status is another concern. Seumalo injured his triceps against Miami after previously dealing with a pectoral strain earlier in the season. While he has played through pain before, this new injury puts his availability in doubt for Week 16. If Seumalo can't go, the Steelers have a few options. Ryan McCullum could rotate in at left guard, while Spencer Anderson, who has already started at the position earlier this season, could get the nod again. Anderson has shown toughness and versatility, but losing Seumalo's experience and physicality would be a noticeable downgrade, especially against a Lions defensive front that thrives on pressure. James Pierre might not be the flashiest name on the roster, but his injury could have a real impact. Pierre has been a revelation this season, earning the starting job on the boundary opposite Joey Porter Jr. When he missed the Miami game, Asante Samuel stepped in, and to his credit, Samuel delivered. He intercepted Tua Tagovailoa early and looked composed throughout the night. That performance gives the Steelers confidence if Pierre can't play again, but consistency is key. Facing the Lions' passing attack on the road is a different challenge altogether. This matchup against Detroit is more than just another game on the schedule. The Lions are 8-6, physical, well-coached, and dangerous, especially at home. They run the ball aggressively, control the clock, and force teams to play their brand of football. For the Steelers, this is a measuring stick. Can they win a tough road game while potentially missing multiple starters? Can they rely on depth, discipline, and identity to get it done? Those questions bring us to another major storyline surrounding this team. With the Steelers surging at the right time, conversations about Mike Tomlin's future have resurfaced. ESPN's Jeremy Fowler recently offered his latest read on the situation, and the takeaway is simple. Not much has changed inside the building. Tomlin is under contract through 2026 season, with a team option for 2027. Historically, the Steelers have exercised similar options without hesitation. That trend could very well continue. More importantly, multiple league sources emphasize Tomlin's loyalty to Pittsburgh, not just to the organization, but to the city itself. There's a strong belief that it would be surprising if he seriously considered coaching elsewhere. One source summed it up perfectly: there's no panic in the building. The Steelers operate in a business-like manner. They're not reacting to social media noise. When things go wrong, Tomlin and his staff go to the tape, identify the issues, and fix them. That approach has helped Pittsburgh rebound with wins over Baltimore and Miami, victories that now give them control of their playoff fate. Fowler even went a step further, projecting that Tomlin will finally secure his first playoff win since 2016. He believes the Steelers can win the AFC North and steal a home wildcard game, despite their flaws. That optimism is rooted in identity. This team knows who they are. They want to run the ball, play physical defense, and win close games in December. Injuries may complicate the path, but they don't change the mission. With Detroit up next, followed by Cleveland, and a season-defining matchup against Baltimore in Week 18, everything is still on the table. The Pittsburgh Steelers officially announced that they have re-signed running back Trey Sermon to the practice squad, continuing a pattern of subtle roster adjustments as the team pushes through the heart of the 2025 season. At first glance, this might seem like a minor transaction, but for an organization that values depth, flexibility, and preparedness, this is a move worth discussing. With injuries always looming, workloads increasing late in the year, and playoff positioning still very much in play, the Steelers are clearly making sure they have reliable options ready if called upon. Updated look at the Steelers practice squad.
With Sermon added back into the fold, the Steelers practice squad now features a diverse mix of developmental players and experienced depth pieces. DB Deshaun Jameson, DB Darryl Porter, DL Kyler Baugh, LB Julius Welschoff, International Pathway, OL Stephen Jones, RB Lou Nichols, WR Max Hurleman, TE Matt Sokol, OL Jack Driscoll, LB DeMarvin Leal, QB John Reese Plumlee, DE Anthony Goodlow, DB Daquan Hardy, LB Kanai Mauga, T David Sharp, G Doug Nestor, RB Trey Sermon. This list tells an important story. The Steelers are stocking the practice squad with players who can step in quickly if injuries strike, especially at physically demanding positions like offensive line, linebacker, and running back. Trey Sermon is only 26 years old, but his NFL journey has already been filled with twists and turns. Originally selected in the third round of the 2021 NFL Draft by the San Francisco 49ers out of Ohio State, Sermon entered the league with plenty of expectations. He had size, vision, and postseason experience at the college level, all traits that suggested he could be a productive NFL runner. However, his career didn't take off as planned in San Francisco. Sermon was among the 49ers' final roster cuts as a rookie, a surprising development at the time. He was quickly claimed by the Philadelphia Eagles, but injuries again slowed his momentum. After being released with an injury designation, he eventually landed with the Indianapolis Colts. In Indianapolis, Sermon found brief opportunities, spending time on the practice squad before earning a spot on the active roster. The Colts brought him back on a one-year deal last season, but once again, roster math and competition worked against him. That led Sermon to Pittsburgh, a familiar landing spot for players trying to reboot their careers. Sermon has bounced on and off the Steelers' practice squad throughout the 2025 season. He's appeared in 4 games for Pittsburgh, but has not recorded any statistics during those appearances. While that might seem insignificant on paper, it's important contextually. Those appearances came in limited roles, often in emergency or situational circumstances. The Steelers weren't asking Sermon to carry the offense. They were asking him to be ready, professional, and prepared. And that's exactly why he continues to find his way back onto the roster. This move says more about how the Steelers think than it does about box score production. Pittsburgh values players who understand the system, know their assignments, and can step in without disrupting chemistry. Sermon has spent enough time in the building to earn that trust. He knows the playbook, the protections, and what's expected of him in practice. From the coaching staff's perspective, that familiarity is valuable, especially late in the season when there's little time to get new players up to speed. There's also the reality of the running back position. It's one of the most physically punishing roles in football. Attrition is inevitable. Even if the current rotation stays healthy, having an experienced runner like Sermon ready provides insurance. One thing the Steelers have always done well is prepare for the unexpected. Practice squad signings like this rarely generate excitement among casual fans, but inside the building, they matter. A December injury, a short week, or a sudden illness can force a player into action with almost no notice. By keeping Sermon around, the Steelers are ensuring that if they need another body in the backfield, they won't be scrambling. This also aligns with the Steelers' broader roster strategy in 2025. Develop depth, protect continuity, and avoid panic moves. So now it's your turn. Can the Steelers overcome these injuries and win in Detroit? How confident are you in the depth behind players like Watt, Seumalo, and Pierre? And where do you stand on Mike Tomlin's future? Do you believe this team is building toward a real postseason run? Drop your thoughts in the comments. I want to hear from you. And if you made it all the way to the end, don't forget to smash that like button and subscribe to the channel for more exclusive Steelers coverage all season long. Your support keeps this conversation alive. And don't forget, the official Steelers store link is down below if you want to check out the newest gear. As always, here we go, Steelers.